everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be speaking about how you can ace your TEFL job interview. So in this video we will be covering the sorts of questions that you may be asked, as well as a few tips on what you can do so that you actually stand apart from all of the thousands of other applicants. So the first thing that I recommend you do is to situate yourself as if you are in the classroom. So what I mean by this is that you want to have a nice backdrop, you want to have your props on demand, and you also want to kind of look friendly and welcoming and warm to your interviewer. The reason for this is because the interviewers are looking for people who are going to be good teachers. So it's a great idea to be able to situate yourself and to show yourself as a good teacher in your teaching environment so that they know what the kids will see when you first start teaching them. Now, in terms of interview questions, the TEFL interview questions are pretty straightforward. As with any other job application, you'll be asked things such as, what qualifications do you have? Do you have any experience? And the old favorite, so tell me a little bit about yourself. When it comes to the tell me a little bit about yourself question, I recommend that you not only talk about your teaching experience and your qualifications, but you also include a few things that stand out as hobbies or interests. It's always good to tailor these towards education or towards teaching English. For example, if you love to write, then you can include the fact that you love to write. If you are an actress, then you can include that as well because it shows that you are bubbly and you may be very good at entertaining the kids. And you could also include something like you enjoy playing with your niece and playing Barbies or playing with teddy bears, whatever it may be. So these things make you seem like you're not just a single faceted person, but that you've also got other interests that you can bring forth into your lessons. Now, the next question that you will probably be asked is why you want to teach online. This is a very important question because you can't answer with something along the lines of, because I need the money, because I'd like to teach in my pajamas. Obviously, these are not things that you can say. So this is something that should really come from your heart. From me, I learned Mandarin for a year a few years ago, and I'm really interested in getting back into learning the language and to actually interact with people on the other side of the world. I also am a university lecturer, and I didn't have much in the form of experience teaching children before I started doing my online English teaching job. And I wanted to expand my repertoire. I wanted to be able to see if I could actually manage to teach kids and whether I would be good at this or not. So for me, I said that firstly, I would like to meet people on the other side of the world. I want to engage with different cultures. I want to learn the language and funnel that back into my love of teaching. And I would also like to expand my teaching experience to also include kids. Now, obviously, this is referring to my job in particular, where I teach kids between the ages of 4 and 12, and I'll leave a referral link to the company down in the description below. But the same sort of thing can apply to adults. If you've never taught adults before, you may say that you want to expand to the realm of teaching adults. Or if you are simply looking for some form of teaching environment where you can interact with people, you can learn about other people on the other side of the world, then these are all really, really great answers to that question. The next thing that you will probably be asked is why you want to work with the specific company that you are interviewing for. So before you get to your interview, it's important to do a bit of research into the background of the company to find out who you're teaching, why you're teaching them, what language they speak as an L1, and also to find out what makes the company different from other companies. If you want to work somewhere, you need to have a bit of background so you can show the employer that you're not just showing up for 1,000 different job interviews and hoping that you'll get something, but that you actually show an interest in the company and that you can perhaps also bring something to the table that they don't necessarily have, or something that really aligns with their principles as a company. The next thing that I recommend you bring forth in your interview is your enthusiasm and your energy. So if you're specifically going to be teaching children, this is very, very important because your interviewer is going to be looking for somebody who's bubbly and who can keep their kids engaged, da 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 da. And this is additionally where things such as your props come into play. So this is my friendly little hedgehog that I've got over here. All of the kids love him. So it's important that you maybe have him sitting in the background, or that you've got your nice sort of backdrop before you, but you also need to smile and seem like you're actually excited about working in the field, rather than just sitting there and being like, yes, yes, I want to be a TEFL teacher. Because through having that lack of energy, they're going to see that maybe they don't want to hire you, because how are you going to actually keep the kids entertained? And my headset is falling off, look at that. Very professional. And so the last thing that I recommend that you do is to have some questions planned for the end of your session. So in any job interview, you are likely going to be asked whether you have any further questions or anything you want to know about the company. Now, it is important that you do have one or two questions planned ahead of time. And the reason for this is so that they can see that you are actually showing a proper interest in the company, and that you are not, once again, just sitting in on 1,000 interviews hoping that something will come your way that will cover the rent. So in these questions, it's also important to bring forth any concerns you may have, to ask anything that perhaps isn't entirely clear. If there's anything that makes you uncomfortable or anything that's not clear on the website, I find that this is often the case with a lot of foreign teaching websites, where if you go onto the website, maybe things have been translated in a way that they don't really come across properly, or that they aren't entirely clear. So you can also ask these sorts of things just to make sure that your understanding of the company is also up to scratch, and so you can make an informed decision about whether you want to work for the company or not. Okay, that is our video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, I ask that you please hit the like button below and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!